Whoa, firebombs. Gonna have to add more gallows. Oh, at the beginning? Yeah. Are you playing hardcore? I was to level 2. Yeah, so in PoE 2, if you play a hardcore character and then you die, it becomes a softcore character. So I was like, all right, I'll start on hardcore to see how far I get. At level 2, a boss that I fought one-shot killed me. It hit me with an attack and it killed me from full health in one hit. I'm like, okay, well, now I know that he does that. And so I went back, and then I was a softcore character from that point on, and dodged the thing, and I killed him on the second try. But, yeah, it's, they got some nasty surprises. I think the boss that took me the most tries there was one that took me, like, 4 or so tries. It was this big giant. He had a few attacks that, like, one-shot killed me, and I was like, okay, I see how it works now. And then I went back and on to the next one.
When we first came to this place, death alone was the king of all that we surveyed. Solemn his high and lonely throne. We had little and were starving, but this man-made mountain offered us nourishment. Eating the caps and stems brought us grand visions of a thriving world. It was a promise of things to be. This, then, will be our new home until our promised land is made real.
Why can't I find a download link on Steam for this game? Hang on, let me tab out. So, Path of Exile 2's store page is right here. It's called Path of Exile 2. And you have to buy into the early access. The game will be free when it's out, but you have to buy in if you want to be in the early access. And it's 30 USD. And then you should be able to download it after that. Do I have to play PoE 1 before PoE 2? No, not at all. Just consider them two separate games that are in the same universe. Looks like there's a bridge there on the map, but cannot cross that. Mukluk Douglas Bartholomew Reginald Ed verification email. That's quite the fourth. Yeah, minion build seems strong right now. It gives you some breather. I would say for the first like 10 hours I was playing, The minions were just emotional support. They would just like run in, die, respawn, run in, die, but you know, they distracted the enemy a little bit. Now they're actually doing some damage. But at the beginning, they were paper. I guess there's no voice acting for that one. Yet. I have seen some other people do some a little bit more min-max builds where they were just using just a bunch of arsonists just for really, really, really high glass cannon damage. I'm using minions that are a bit sturdier, but yeah, they don't have as much damage, but they last a lot longer if they take hits. Pyro Mushroom Cultivator. These zombies as well. Yeah, I keep going back and forth between zombies and unearth because they both use up the corpses. So I really feel like you only use one of them. Right this second, I've got unearth, but I was using zombies at the start of this stream. How long does the PoE 1 story take to play through? The PoE 1 story? If you mean just like the acts, yeah. If you're just playing a few hours a night, maybe like a week. But you know, there is story attached to the super endgame stuff. But then you know, not everyone's able to clear that super endgame stuff, myself included. Minion Master? Yeah, playing a witch right now. Let's see, disenchant. I still think this mace looks like a D20 on a stick. Level 40 mana flask. Okay, that's an upgrade. Got some skill points here. Let's get those. I think I've already got everything. Let's see, we're gonna need 95 guns. Even if I find a level 11 skill gem, I'm not gonna be able to use it right away. Alright, for now. Let's put these away. I've already maxed out all the skills on my bar, so... Alright, good morning, Mr. Monk Peoples. Hey, Smashy. Hey, Monk, I've played Diablo 2, 3, and 4, but never a PoE game. It looks similar, but I'm always nervous about buying early access games. How finished is PoE 2? It's not. So, there's a lot of content here, but as far as how finished is it? Okay, so PoE 2, right now they are focused on endgame. Eventually, will be Act 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then repeatable endgame activities. Currently, it is Act 1, 2, 3, and then Act 1, 2, 3 again, but far more difficult, and then repeatable endgame activities. Because they were like, alright, people are going to spend more time doing the endgame stuff than they are the story, so we're going to do this for now, and then put in Chapter 4, 5, 6 later. Currently we have, 6 of 12 classes released. Each of those classes has 2 of 3 ascendancies released. So, for example, the Witch can become an Infernalist or a Blood Mage. I'm currently an Infernalist, which is how I got the Demon Dog. So there is plenty more that they're going to have. Yeah, they said it's going to be in early access for 6 months to a year. Now, if you are worried about running out of content, PoE 1, very similar to this game, and is still getting updates and has a ton of stuff. It's not bad if you've never played it. And it's also free. You can jump in and start it completely for free. And this will be free, but right now you have to buy in to get into the EA because they have limited slots. Monkey Train the combo, I suggested Unearth with Pin. No. I'm just firing Unearth. I think I've got Brutality and Bleeding on it right now, so all the little monsters it makes have Brutality and Bleeding. Rather than buff the Unearth, I went to buff the little dudes. And for those that don't know, Unearth, this spell with the spikes, if it hits a corpse, it makes these little skeleton scorpions. They're weak, but it's really easy to crank out a bunch of them. This guy's in a weird spot because he's on the stairs, so not many of my dudes can reach him. Another early mug. Yep, every weekday, Curious. Intelligent rat person with long name uses calcium to decimate his enemies, not clickbait. Is it a solo player game? No PvE or PvP? This? I mean, first of all, by definition, PvE is a single player game. Sorry, single player games can be PvE. You can play this single or multiplayer. In fact, a lot of people struggling are using multiplayer to get past the stuff they're struggling with. Some of the bosses in this that are very difficult. Have you ever played Dark Souls? You know how some of the bosses that are really, really tough when you are alone, if you go there with 2 people, suddenly the boss is really, really stupid because it can only focus on one guy at a time? Same thing here. So if you're struggling in this, one of the top recommendations is just play it multiplayer. I'm going through it solo right now. Ow, just got cursed with something. Temporal chains. Oh, hello darkness, my old friend. Basically, get good or get dudes. Yeah, get good or get dudes. I've brought my own dudes. As far as PvP, I do not know of any PvP in this at present. PoE 1 did have a PvP lounge thing. I don't know if they're going to add that later on. Okay, this sucks. This guy's on this bridge, and only one of my minions can reach him at a time. He was too fat. Checkpoints. A rare spark of kindness. Cauldron Keeper.
I need more mushrooms.
Need more mushrooms. Oh, the red mushroom I picked up earlier went in there? Okay. So we got a little optional quest thing here. Green mushroom. Is there gonna be a blue one? We're gonna RGB this soup.
The promised land is bountiful, a blissful place overflowing with potential. My brethren surround me. We are one, experiencing the entirety of time all at once. Even as I write this, I am on the cusp of transcendence. The script before my eyes morphs into illegible symbols. I cannot stop laughing, rejoicing at the bright future that I know us two will share.
Ah, yes, the bright future. Checkpoint. Oh! That hurt. Conjures lightning storms.
Another corpse to serve me.
What's this do? Enfeeble. You do less damage. Okay. Hey, Andy, welcome. Oh my gosh, it's hard to see their exploding mushrooms under my firewalls. Suffering from flaming success. Usually don't have to pay for drops, making people gifting. No, there are drops. So to clarify, that's two separate systems, Carissa. There are PoE drops, and then there's also that other thing where if you gift a couple subs, you get that in-game pet for support a streamer. That's a separate thing. At least the Raging Spirits don't get stuck on the bridge traffic jams. The Raging Spirits are like my primary source of damage during these clogs. Honestly, with the clogs and stuff, it might be worth it swapping out a Reaver or two with an Arsonist just to have some more range damage. Because right now I'm running full melee minions, but I don't know. How'd you come up with the name Mukluk Douglas Bartholomew Reginald Esquire the Fourth? If you do exclamation Mukluk or exclamation my name in the chat, a video will come up that tells that story because it's been asked many times before. The part where your life is like, okay, stop, makes me laugh. Yeah. Who knows? We might have a whole page-long name at this point. If not for that fateful day. Would Ranger be a good class to try out PoE with? I don't know if you mean PoE 1 or 2, but it's totally fine in both. Can absolutely try that out if you wish to. Ow. Right before she died, she clocked me. Just some gold in it. Alright, we've gotten a green and a blue mushroom. My earlier guess was that that quest was going to require a red, a green, and a blue. We already turned in the red, so I think I need to make my way back to the mushroom person. I don't see a thing, like a quest for it. Wait, what is this? Pool of Depravity. Defeat the Queen of Filth. Ew! Oh, God. She's bathing in poop. Grinding Gear Games, you didn't have to do this. She eats her young. She eats her... Oh, she's... that's only partially poop. Oh. Copper. Oh, Copper is not scarier than what we're dealing with right now.
What a disgusting pig of a woman. One golden idol for the optimist.
Okay, that was nasty. Alright, let's turn in this stuff. The more we learn about it, the worse it becomes. Yes. Did he stop working tech support? You mean me? Yeah, a couple years now. Yeah, a few years ago, I was... the department I was in tech support, they closed that department. So everyone in that department, which included me, got let go. Which sucked. And that was right when COVID was, like... The fear of catching COVID was at its worst, and everyone was staying inside as much as possible. So I was like, okay, I can either go out and try to get another job during this, or I can try to take my hobby, which I was streaming like 2-3 hours a night at that point, and try to go full-time with it. And my wife basically gave me permission to try this for a month and see if I could manage to get decent income. Now, to clarify, I had already been streaming for years, but only a couple hours a night. And then I was like, alright, and so I just went full-time into this and got kind of lucky. It worked out. Zneox, thank you for the 2 gifted. Appreciate you.
So, the city of Exile has been laid bare.
So yeah, I haven't worked in tech support in a couple of years now.
I know you're after some particular...
Glad for you. Yeah, me too. Dream job.
I can't help but remind you that we are here for a purpose of our own. Treasure hunters hunt treasure, yeah? I'll not be the first to set foot in those deadly sunken ruins. But if you're brave enough, you might as well keep an eye out for anything that looks valuable. In particular, look for buildings with monkey statues on them. If you spy something like that, give me a shout. I'll be waiting with great anticipation.
Okay.
Don't get eaten.
A month is a harsh deadline. Well, again, keep in mind, so at that time, I had already been here, hold on a sec. Okay, so at the time that I lost my tech support job, I had been working for I had been doing streaming for a couple of years at that point, but as a hobby. So I had an audience already. I was doing it a couple hours each night. I was earning a bit of income from it, you know? I didn't just go, oh, hey, my mixtape's fire, and jump straight into streaming and say I was going to quit my job or anything like that. No, I lost my tech support job, went and was like, okay, I'm going to try streaming full-time, because I was basically doing it part-time, and see if I can make full-time, you know, enough income to support the household. And my wife said that she would give me essentially a month to do that, because, you know, like, I was supporting 3 people. I had, you know, me and my wife and my kid. So I had to make sure that, you know, the bills were paid and everyone was taken care of. So if you're going to do that, you know, definitely make sure that your needs are met before you try to go for the wants, you know? For me, it worked out. I had an already established audience. I was already making some income from streaming. And then when I started doing it, you know, 8 hours a day, 9 hours a day, instead of just 2 hours a day, yeah, I was covered. I was good. But she just, you know, the 1 month deadline thing was mainly because we needed to make sure that we could get groceries. I harbor no ill will about that. It created your own luck through hard work and perseverance. Well, partially. Hang on.
Another great month. Your get to the point guides are basically IT support for raids.
Thank you. The thing with, like, so I would say that, like, everyone on Twitch that makes it really big worked hard. Unfortunately, not everyone who works hard on Twitch makes it really big, right? Like, you can have a lucky moment where you get raided